Hi, my name is Soli Cayetano. I'm a real estate investor out of San Francisco Bay Area and investing in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I started out buying just one single family at a time, really trying to build that passive income, but it was a little bit slow going. And so decided to jump into the multifamily space to speed up that process. So before I was an investor, my background is as a commercial real estate broker. And so the thought of tackling those bigger projects really excited me. Some specific pain points were project timelines that were going way out of hand, budgets that were going way out of hand, and generally not having work done up to our expectations. And so we worked a lot with Van on creating more specific scopes of work for projects and laying out project timelines and draw structures up front, as well as kind of giving our expectation to contractors in a lot more detail so that they weren't expected just to read our mind from California and actually had some like real evidence and writing to explain our expectations. And so far that's worked out amazingly better. We've have projects go right back on track and back on budget, and definitely a pain point that has been solved by working with Van. Moving into bigger projects next year, I can definitely say I'm more confident and feel like I have more control over the construction process. This year, we bought a total of 20 units, including a couple single family flips. But next year, we plan to flip one a month and also buy another 20 to 30 units. And so, in doing so, there is a large amount of construction and systems and processes needed to handle that kind of volume. And now I feel like we have truly set the foundation to allow for that kind of explosive growth. I first heard about Van from a podcast that my partner sent me. So he sends me podcasts probably once a day, twice a day. And so didn't really expect to get anything, crazy out of it. But when I heard Van's, I guess, spiel as a renovation expert, I was so taken aback because there's really no one else who focuses in and hones in on this specific thing, which is arguably the most difficult part of value add investing is the construction. And so I was very interested from the minute I heard him speak about what he can provide value wise for investors who were struggling with construction. And I think that it was just, the right podcast at the right time. And it's truly just really helped us take control of our projects. Money wise, it's really hard to say how much specifically that Van has saved us, but just one story I can share with you in the past, say 4 months or so that we've been coached by him. He's really focused on negotiation with contractors. In the past, prior to any coaching, contractors gave me a bid and I kind of just said, okay, and didn't think that there was much room to negotiate within those bids. And with a project recently, there was a bid that we actually saved $10,000 on by asking. That's something that I was not comfortable at all with before Van, and after. I think he's really empowered me to feel confident in my negotiation skills. Before starting coaching with Van, the biggest problem by far was contractors and dealing with construction from afar. So, trying to manage these big renovations from California and not having systems set up to handle that kind of volume. At the peak, we were renovating 19 units at once, and we didn't really have systems and processes to organize and make sure that we were in control of our own projects. So, working with Van, we really learned how to take control of our own projects, including just better timelines, better scopes of work, better accountability with getting stuff done, better checks and balances. And that's something that we came to Van to learn and have really found it very valuable. If you were considering working with Van and just are on the edge and not sure, I would honestly just jump on a call with him because he's going to give you the real honest truth. And I honestly feel like he cares about me as a person, my business, and wants to do the best by it. And so I would 100% trust whether or not he believes he can provide value. And I think you'd probably get that by jumping on a call, explaining what your personal needs are and see whether or not he can help you in those areas.